What's going on, everybody? It's Physical Friday. It's a special Physical Friday because we have Greg McHale back for one more week. If you were with us last week, he talked about how his community does these workouts, and if someone doesn't post, there is a penalty workout, which I love that concept because it holds everybody accountable and it brings everybody together as a team. Guess what? If you don't post, it's not just that one person that has to do the workout. The whole team has to do the workout, which brings even more community and more cohesion to the whole group. I love it. Greg, you're back with us today. I got to know what this penalty workout is, and I really do love the concept. I have a similar community that it's just become such a big part of my life and such a big part of all of the people that are joining me on these workouts, and we hold each other accountable. We support each other, and those are two really different things as far as it comes to the workout. Like, holding each other accountable is, hey, I'll see you there on Tuesday, and then being honest with one another, like, why you hadn't been showing up, dude? Like, what's up? So there's holding accountable, and then there's supporting each other, and those are very different things. But let's talk about this. Let's talk about this penalty workout.
Yeah, thanks for having me back, Tom. It's one of those things. So the penalty workout basically consists of 5 different exercises, and the principle behind this is, like you had mentioned, if you don't post, because there are 6 of us, 6. Back to the stories, there are 6 childhood friends, and that's how this all started. So if you don't post your workout the night before, midnight before, then the guy that wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, he doesn't have the workout sitting in front of him. So now he has to go and do it, do one himself, or you've not lifted the weight that you're supposed to lift for the group. So now there's a penalty for that. But like you said, the penalty goes to everyone, which really creates the accountability piece. And if you have 6 good buddies, if you have fishing buddies or childhood friends, that when you don't post, you are going to get the heat, because you're going to make somebody work twice as much, and you are going to pay the price of, the shame and humiliation that only great friends can give each other, right? So this is it. It's called the BMF, which you can imagine what that might stand for. And if you don't know, just DM me and I'll let you know. So this is the workout: 100 push-ups, 200 step-ups, 100 burpees, 100 tricep dips, and 200 Russian twist. So you have to do that 4 times as fast as you can, and 200 Russian twists. And the Russian twist is side and back, so that's 1.
And you any weight on that ball? Do you have
no, you don't.
Whatever.
You don't just do them. There's no requirement for weight. If you want to jack it up, then throw yourself 10 pounds or 20 pounds, whatever you like. Go for it.
Love it. And so what kind of times, you were saying maybe like 18 minutes is really fast for this? And
well, the fastest I've ever done it is 18:35. So, but often anywhere over 20 minutes. That's one of the 18:35, and I literally, felt like my chest was going to explode. So, I mean, that's as fast as I could do it.
I love it, man. I love it. That's fantastic.
But
and I really
is definitely over 20 minutes.
Yeah. I love that, you got this whole concept and this whole community. And to me, the community, as far as, you're a very accomplished athlete. Maybe you can get this done on your own. A lot of people have a very, very hard time with consistency and exercise and trying to do it by themselves. And a lot of times that comes down to boredom. Like, they just don't know what to do. And the way that you have structured your group here, you're having a lot of variety. There are a lot of days where you just show up and do whatever's posted. There'll be other days where you are responsible for posting, so that brings that person in with a little more ownership of the whole process. And then you have, accountability things like this. If you don't post, this is what happens. And I love it. I just really, really think it's awesome. Now, tell me where I was on your Instagram. Tell me how you get to your Instagram. What's the handle?
So everything is Greg McHale's Wild Yukon. So whether it's Facebook, Instagram, website, YouTube, everything is underneath that handle. But if you're looking for the 10 minutes of do the work, generally speaking, when I'm not in the field, or I will post that every morning, typically in the morning, every day. I'll post that new workout on my Instagram stories. All you got to do is just go and hit it, and you'll probably see the new workout, as well as I also have... you can just go and find a whole pile of my workouts. That's exactly what they look like.
Right there. So he's got 10-minute workouts. You can go through all these. Whoops.
You know what I would also yeah, exactly. That's where they're all posted right there. You can see a pile of them.
Awesome. So go follow Greg for a number of reasons. For the 10-minute workouts, but he's also got a beautiful television show, which is all about hunting in the Yukon, and he's also a very, very accomplished adventure athlete and just an all-around cool dude. We're going to get together next year in Nashville and do some workouts. And if you don't know it already, Greg, I told him about the 10,000 push-ups. Well, let's say it was about 3/4 of the way through February, and he said, "You know what? I'm going to do that." And he did it in 10 days, which to my knowledge is a record. If it's not a record, then tell me. If you've done it faster than 10 days, let me know. I actually had it as a goal this year that I was going to do it in 10 days. And had I had someone like you to race against, I might have tried to do it in 10 days. But I did it in 12 this year, which I thought was pretty aggressive. I really did. I thought that was pretty aggressive to get it done in 10 or 12 days. But, Greg did it in 10. So...
We could talk about our strategies as to how that
there's a lot of people. There are a lot of people that did the 10,000 push-up challenge that are listening to this. So strategy on that, I'd love to know how did you do it in 10 days?
So I get up at 4 a.m. every day, so I get my workout in before the day starts. For generally speaking, most people. So what I did is I just chunked off, made sure that, and I didn't have 10 days as a goal until about 4 days into it. And then I thought, I think I can, pull this off in 10. So I started out with the first day, I think I did 250 push-ups in the morning. And then I would set an alarm every hour, and every hour I would do 50 push-ups. So that's basically how I did it. And then I just worked my way backwards from where I needed to be at 10,000. Once I went, okay, I'm going to do 10,000. Then I just worked my way backwards and then realized how many I needed to do per day. And generally speaking, I got them in, but some days I was 100 short, and I would have to make that up the next day, just because, busy, or I didn't, some mornings I would do 500 push-ups before my day started. I shouldn't say before it started, but before my hourly minimum started. So that's kind of how I did it.
Yeah, it's a good feeling when you're having your first cup of coffee and you're like, I've already done 750 push-ups, or I've already done 1,000 push-ups today. And before I started doing this 10,000 push-up challenge, I looked at the 10,000 push-up challenge, even as someone who trains regularly, and I thought, man, that is a lot of push-ups. I don't know if I can do that. And after you do it a couple times, I've probably done it 10 times now, and it actually gets easier and easier over the time. 10,000 push-ups is 10,000 push-ups, but I think a lot of it is in your head. You've already done it. It's no big deal. And then when I finally got to that threshold of, I did 1,000 push-ups today, and then it was like, I can do 1,000 push-ups tomorrow. When I could do 1,000 push-ups the next day, I'll do 1,400 the next day, whatever. But I broke them up kind of like you did. And what I would do is, even when I felt like I was sore or whatever, I didn't really want to do them, I would set a clock for 10 minutes, and every minute on the minute I would either do 10 or 20. So you'd get, you would get your 100 or 200 in 10 minutes, and you know what? Felt great. It was fine. But I found that if you broke them up into smaller sets and did them throughout the day, I didn't get anywhere nearly as sore as if I were trying to do big sets, like sets of 50 or sets of 100. That's what left me sore and kind of achy and not feeling so good. But if I did, every minute on the minute for 10 minutes, you do 10 push-ups every minute for 10 minutes, you just knocked out another 100. And you do that, every couple of hours. Next thing you know, you're at 500, 600, 700 for the day, and you really don't feel it like if you tried to knock out real big sets,
Yeah, it's just break it up into whatever chunks are manageable for you and the amount of time that you've got, right? And in the situation that you're talking about, it's about not being crushed and being able to do them 20 minutes later or an hour later, right? So,
mm-hmm. And then tomorrow,
it's just about
because that's the thing, when it's the 10,000 push-up challenge, it's like you can do whatever you want to today, but you have to also be able to do it tomorrow. So when you're first getting started at it, you just take it a little slow.
One of the things through adventure racing, though, that I found is that your body repairs itself during exercise. And I find that, during even an example during the push-up challenge is when you I do feel sore, and I push through that, the body understands and gets used to that pain. Pain isn't the right word, that soreness, and it quickly adapts. So that's when I was doing 50s, I would feel like the next morning I would feel, okay, yeah, I'm stiff and sore. Then you get 50 in, and then you do another, you get a bunch in the morning, you push your way through that threshold, and then those 50 throughout the day, every hour, I wasn't sore anymore. And that's just how you build on that muscle, I guess, muscle memory and muscle fatigue, and your body and your brain get used to those things. And then it's just a different way to look at it.
Every time that I think about things like that, or think about your adventure races, or think about these guys that, you ran 430 miles, there's the Moab 240, there are, 50-mile races, 100-mile races, there's 10,000 push-ups, there's all of these things that you can do that sound kind of impossible at the beginning. And then once you get into it and you get started, your body allows it. And the human body just fascinates me all the time, to where when you first start, you might not be capable of doing this thing that you set out to do, but your body starts to adapt, like you're talking about, and then your mind starts to adapt, and you're like, well, no, this is what we're doing, and then your body just follows along and does it. It's amazing. It really is. But yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's Physical Friday for today. I highly suggest that you go and follow Greg, watch his television show, follow his social media, join his 10 minutes a day if you are so inclined, and definitely send him a DM. Let him know you heard it here, and we will have him back on the show for another full length and some more Physical Fridays in the future. All right. Thanks, Greg. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next week on Physical Friday. See ya.